Mike, I was just looking over the last three show sheets, and I'm seeing guys like Jalen and Luke and Will and Jaden and Dalton. I don't see any Jims.
I don't see any Jims either.
Oh, it's gems. We're looking for gems. Producer. Welcome, one and all, to the Fantasy Forecast with Grinberg and bigz. He is Grinberg. I am bigz. This is the Fantasy Football Advice Network on YouTube. And we are here to talk about rookie and second-year gems at the running back position to help you win your fantasy leagues. We're building champions. How you doing, Mike?
Can't be better. We're about a week away from the Expo. Things are going good. Football is on TV. What else can be better than this right now? This is the horizon. Drafts are in full force. Redraft leagues are kind of starting up really in high swing right now, bigz. Can you feel it?
Yeah. How many leagues should we draft over the next week before we start our platform profiles with ESPN and Yahoo and what have you next week?
Yeah. Geez, we're going to be in a lot of leagues. Yeah,
15? 10 each?
10,
okay.
10 each.
Hey, you know what could be better?
What?
And twins. You said football on TV, and that wasn't that in the song?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Shout out to our Podathon experience and my final draft pick in the sandwich draft, a me sandwich. And twins. Okay. Sandwich between the Coors Light twins. Anyway, also the Olympics are going on, and that's fun. Anyway, my first gem I'm going to talk about. I teased this. It's a Raven. It's a Baltimore Raven. What if I told you that you could take somebody at RB65 who last year averaged 8.43 yards per carry? Would you like that? Would you like it?
I love that.
That's Keaton Mitchell. Being drafted at RB65. There are 64 running backs being taken before Keaton Mitchell. Not one of them averaged 8.43 yards per carry. Is Keaton Mitchell going to do that this year? Probably not, but he's good. That's the whole point. He's good. And he's coming off an injury. He's not going to probably be ready to start the year. You could even not draft him, give it a couple weeks, then pick him up off waivers, or better yet, draft him, then stick him on the IR until he comes back and pick somebody else up off waivers, because in the second half, as soon as Derrick Henry hits this age wall, Keaton Mitchell is going to be a league winner for you. My second running back gem is a guy that I like to call Jahmyr Gibbs without the draft capital or the roster spot. And that's Will Shipley of the Philadelphia Eagles. Another guy who, if something, God forbid, were to happen to Saquon Barkley, Will Shipley is going to be the dude in Philadelphia. He's got to compete with Kenneth Gainwell, who's a small man, and he's as athletic as Jahmyr Gibbs is, with a little bit bigger size. So he's going to be able to handle more work than Jahmyr Gibbs can. That's pretty good. He shined at Clemson. He's going to shine in Philadelphia eventually. And go ahead and keep your eye on him. He's a gem, and he could help you win your league later.
Yes, he sure can.
Yep. I agree with me.
I agree with you too. And now I'm going to spear into my gems at the running back position, and I kind of alluded to that here. I'm going to talk about Tyjae Spears, and yes, there is doubt about his role in that Titans backfield with Tony Pollard coming in, but we said this on this show and other shows numerous times. We ain't scared of no Tony Pollard, and here's why. Despite a concerning knee injury that led teams to overlook Spears in the 2023 draft, he was selected by the Titans in the 3rd round. His rookie season, he showcased great skills, rushing 100 times, which isn't, to scoff at when you consider that no other running back could have surpassed that prior to Tyjae when you think about who was in that backfield, and that was Derrick Henry. And his 6.9 yards per carry in college ranked in the 91st percentile, proving he's got big playability. He's got a notable impact his debut year, earning 52% snap share, ranked 29th among running backs despite sharing the backfield with Derrick Henry. Spears averaged 9 PPR points per game, making him a valuable roster addition. His role is only going to grow. Tony Pollard is not Derrick Henry, and I just think that Tyjae Spears, his talent is going to emerge past Tony Pollard, and he's just going to carve out a bigger role by the end of the season. Even though Tony Pollard, is brought in, he will likely play a significant role in Callahan's offense, but both Spears and Pollard should see plenty of playing time, and with playing time, that comes with performance standout by Tyjae Spears. Derrick Henry no longer in the picture. New offensive strategy. Spears is set to see increased opportunities. His strong rookie performance, his expected change in the Titans' backfield dynamics with high upside pick for you fantasy gamers. Let's get on the Tyjae Spears train before it takes off. He is my fantasy gem, number 3 at the running back position. Let's bring Schultze on here. What do you think about Tyjae Spears? Do you like, I know that's that division again. You're not a big fan of that division, but I'm going to make you talk about that division one more time here.
Yeah, I hate the Titans.
Who likes the Titans?
I'm going to round it out here, and I hate these new Texans uniforms. They're pretty bad. Watching them on TV here, they don't look good. Anyways, I like Tyjae Spears. He's got 1 ACL. Still like him. I'm going to be honest, I hated him for that at first, but then I saw him last year and I was like, you know what? Maybe he can play. Long term, I like, he's still probably not like a dynasty piece I want, because you just can't convince me that having 1 ACL is okay for playing football for many years. But anyways, for this year, yeah, I love him. Tony Pollard just lost a step. I don't think he's getting that juice back from where he was. And this is just an eye test thing. You just watched when they started giving Spears some more work down the second half ladder part of the season. He just popped, man. Screen passes, even getting him in space, just running the ball. He was good. He's got more juice than Pollard at this point, and it's going to show, and he's going to earn his way on the field. He can catch passes, like you mentioned, and a good new offense with Brian Callahan. Yeah, you're getting them after Tony Pollard in drafts typically. So, yeah, all in there.
Yeah, think about it like a DeAndre Swift situation a couple years ago in Cincinnati. DeAndre Swift and Joe Mixon. That's Pollard and excuse me,
Spears.
Pollard and Spears.
All right, I'm going to move on to my next guy because he's a guy that we continually to beat the drum over until we get our fantasy gamers that are following our show to really buy into Kimani Vidal. His rookie running back situation could not be more exciting to me. He was a college star. He was at Troy University setting all-time records in rushing with 4,000 season rushing yards with 1,600 and single game rushing yards with 248. His final season there, he rushed for a school record, and he's just the guy that I want to have in my fantasy rosters in that ambiguous backfield. Vidal was a workhorse. He racked up 313 touches last season. He's in the ideal situation despite being drafted in the 6th round. He finds himself in a great spot with the Chargers. The team didn't draft another running back, and with J.K. Dobbins dealing with knee issues and Gus Edwards likely to be the starter in the early down role, but he's 29 years old, and we're not going to be investing too much in a 29-year-old running back. His draft value, Vidal's current ADP in rookie drafts is around the 11th or 12th round. In dynasty drafts, and then in rookie drafts, I was taking him in the 3rd round in a lot of my rookie startups. So I'm in on Kimani, Vidal. Austin Eckler's departure, he's going to have a lot of targets and touches that were vacant. So he's standout college career, rushing upside, good potential in an ambiguous backfield. So that's why he's a rookie gem that I'm targeting in my fantasy drafts in 2024.
So in the Baltimore Ravens rushed 541 times, and I don't think Gus Edwards, Justin Herbert, and J.K. Dobbins are going to combine for that many rushes without Kimani Vidal, who is going to show athleticism above and beyond what the other guys can put on the field. So I'm excited about him. All right. Are you guys ready to take your fantasy sports game to the next level? Welcome to the Fantasy Sports Advice Network. It's your ultimate destination for everything fantasy and sports gaming. Escape the noise and negativity of fantasy sports Twitter and Reddit. Just escape it. Say goodbye to bots and ads. Welcome to a space where genuine sports talk thrives. Immerse yourself in a new era of fantasy sports discussions where quality insights and pure enthusiasm reign supreme. Elevate your fantasy experience and join us on this exciting journey. From football to basketball and beyond, including baseball, and I'm sure Grinberg wants hockey, we've got all of your favorite games covered. Whether you're a hardcore enthusiast or a casual player, there's something here for all of you. Discover polls, league classifieds, tailor your feed with top-tier content from our creators like me and him and these guys. Articles, videos, podcasts, all at your fingertips. Convenient, right? Okay. We have expert insights and rewards. You boost your game with expert advice, earn points, receive rewards for your sports expertise. Your insights make an impact in the community. It is a vibrant community. Join us. It's all like-minded fans, just like you. Share draft strategies, discuss winning tactics, dominate fantasy leagues together. How are we going to do it? Together. It's more than just a network. We're a dynamic team driven by passion and knowledge. I'm passionate, and I have some knowledge. Join us today. Unleash your fantasy sports potential. Visit the Fantasy Sports Advice Network now and download our app to start your winning streak.
Let's go, bigz.
All right. But we're not just doing ad reads. We are talking about gems. I got another gem for you. You want to hear it?
You.
Chase Brown, running back, Cincinnati Bengals. All right. When Chase Brown was at Illinois, 10 of 12 games in the Big Ten, he rushed for over 100 yards. That's in the Big Ten. That's against the likes of Michigan and Ohio State. Iowa, big-time defenses. 10 out of 12 games, he rushed for over 100 yards. And he's fast, folks. He's fast. He's taking first-team reps right now in Cincinnati. The only person ahead of him on the depth chart is Zach Moss, who is fragile and doesn't have any history of completing seasons. We've talked about him on the show before. Zach Moss is great in best ball, not in redraft fantasy. Chase Brown is currently RB38. You can take him in the ninth round comfortably in your 0 RB start or an anchor RB. Take Christian McCaffrey in the first round and then grab Chase Brown later on, or a Jahmyr Gibbs, or a Breece Hall, or a Bijan Robinson. Grab one of those guys and then take Chase Brown later, along with your Ramondre Stevenson and your Zamir White. We know the names that you want to hear and win your leagues. Chase Brown, RB38, he's a gem.
I like Chase Brown a lot, and I just think his value is just continuing to creep up there too. So like get him now while he's not a hot commodity come draft day. So let's go, Biggs. Good call on that.
Hot. He's hot
Hot.
commodity.
And people are going to be chasing him down. Pardon the pun. All right,
Because his name is Chase. I get it.
All right, so
Chase.
Chasers. Now I'm gonna wrap up this rookie/second year gem segment that we did this week, and I'm gonna wrap it up with Trey Benson. And he's a guy that I'm watching in fantasy football because he's still not the starter, and we all know that already. James Conner is still gonna come in, and he's gonna garner a huge role for the Arizona Cardinals. But Trey Benson has impressive college stats. He's got the pedigree, and I think he's going to carve himself out a role regardless if James Conner is healthy or not. He's going to carve out a role, and I think his talent is going to show through. He's going to be fresher. The Cardinals' tendency to lean on the run game is evident. Benson is in a great spot to make a splash. James Conner is in his last year of his contract, so Benson is prime to have an opportunity to step up. Being drafted in the third round shows the team's confidence in him as a key future in their lineup. With a few new additions to the running back room and his standout skills, Benson is primed to be a reliable contributor right away. His current ADP in rookie and best ball leagues reflects his potential, making him a top pick for fantasy gamers. Benson's rise is started in high school, and then he was a two-time captain, and he led teams to state championships. He's got great stats, 3,600 rushing yards and 48 touchdowns. He, in college, has got a lot of potential here, and I think with a high-powered offense that's led by Kyler Murray coming back to full health, new talent like Marvin Harrison, and a guy like Trey McBride, they're going to be in position to score a lot of points, and they may need a hammer in the red zone. And I think Trey Benson fits that bill. He's going to have some touchdown upside. The team has improved their offensive line and will create better rushing lanes. Looking ahead, Benson's definitely a player I'm keeping my eye on. His combination of size, speed, power makes him a high upside prospect. As the likely RB2 for the Cardinals and potential future lead back, he could surpass Conner by midseason if all goes to plan for him, making him a must draft and a gem later on in this draft. With his skills, his role, Benson is primed to be a fantasy gem with a revitalized Cardinals offense, improved line, the perfect storm for his explosive skills in 2024.
Love Trey Benson. I hope nothing happens to James Conner, but he's not likely to finish the season. That'll wrap up this series. We will be back and we will start hammering public league ADPs over on ESPN and Yahoo.com and stuff for your pleasure. Use to help drive your championship
trophy case,
journeys. So that'll begin all next week. Before we go to Canton, Ohio for the Fantasy Football Expo, I'm already dressed for it, Mike. I'm wearing my QR code so people can get on the FSAN network. It's QR code on my back. I was dressed up like a manager in the first video of this series. I'm even wearing khakis. I'm not wearing khakis. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that stuff. We'll see you next week. We'll see you in Canton. Find us on FSAN. Find us on Twitter at BigBonedFFB and at FFCanuck. And until next week, and at Schultzy, SCHU1TZY. And till next week, we hope you win.
Hope you win.